interdisciplinarity as an impulse to creativity and innovation. It is very important to realize that a number of principles that are the basis of connecting people, connecting subjects, and connecting you with yourself, that enables us to start coming forth. Along the presentation, I'll be showing you the principles correlated to interdisciplinarity, and I will come to the end showing our perception of what creativity and innovation is, and how it can be articulated through the spoken and written expression. So, I have to move around. You can hear me well like this too, can't you?
Yes.
I need the movement, physical, internal, and the opportunity to interact with yourselves. So, in my preparation of people's expression for proficient presentations in English, I realized that before you go to the message, you have to bring your heart into it, which I represented with as the creative process that sustains your expression. It is invisible, and that's what interdisciplinarity has to do about. It takes a very special look into the invisible aspect of the studies and research. Mr. Hoyos is another very important person, master, doctor, in the perception of the invisible aspects of our sustainability. So, how does all that come? Is it just for some people? For the artists? For few talented people, not for everybody? It has proven along my experience that all of us can. In fact, the moment we are here and now, attention, here and now, here I am. My intention to be open to the unfoldings of this meeting enables me to open up to a possible connection. This is not like that. It is endless. It is our reservoir of possibilities, which is activated the moment we say, yes, here I am. And then, when I am here and we can connect with each other, because we are, in a loving way, our connection is established. There is no connection without a loving way. And interdisciplinarity brings this as a very important principle, in which meaning is revealed. Nobody starts by really knowing what it is. We start from opening ourselves to detect the meaning of the correlations. So, being here is an opportunity for this movement to be established in the unfoldings of this encounter. We celebrate life. We celebrate the possibility for this to happen with everybody, no matter who, what, where. And this is possible to happen in full integrity of your intention, love, and mind articulated inside of you first. All right. So, as I said before, interdisciplinarity welcomes all these encounters, fields of knowledge, different people, and mainly the encounter of each one with herself, for the unfoldings and unveilings that follow. This is a way articulating theory and practice. From the beginning we learn that while we are performing, we have an observer that detects a few elements of the meaning which is behind our own expansions. Thelma, for example, has introduced the subject to know thyself in the course of teacher development, in which teachers are prepared to their own unfoldings, which are perceived through physical exercises, as she is in the field of physical education, and also with poetic writings, memorials, relaxation, meditation, so that each one finds out the inner light. The inner light is something that has to be consciously detected, to be brought out as a contribution to the world. So, when Ana Lucia joined us in our work here for the paper today, in her work in connection with the Indians, she uses an interdisciplinary anthropological approach which is getting closer to the communities which are unknown to her, just like our own potential, which is unknown to ourselves. How can we approach something new? So she does it in layers, which is a method in interdisciplinarity. First of all, you just write words or images. It's not possible to say more than that. That is the maximum you can do. Just like Diego used the approach, which only uses words, which will then be developed after having got the understanding. But in the first moment, they bring this understanding, and the correlations and the sentences then come sustained in your meaning. So after the creative process, we can proceed somehow towards unity of our proposal. What is this unity? Proficiency has to do with unity. We have to have one tree of a proposal, collecting the branches which are the aspects of our description very consciously for a particular proposal with examples. have had the opportunity to start with the creative part, the elements we collect are our own elements. They have not only come from research, they are our own perceptions together with research. And then an innovative proposal can be composed with unity, and each aspect of our proposal can be detailed. This is a full exercise of being, knowing, and doing. We are not just doing. And this, knowing thyself, is interwoven with knowing a subject and applying it in the doing. It's a continuous process, like a spiral. So we define unity, an essential characteristic of proficiency. And is it just language? It is our unity, reflected in language. Okay, after we have all that, we still interact in a very rhythmic process with ourselves, defining, is it exactly what I want, or should I change it? If you want to change it, you can do it. Clarity comes, and then harmony, before you really start your performance. So being active and receptive are the two important aspects of interdisciplinarity. Knowing to be, knowing to know, and knowing to do follows. And you have a clear definition of what you want, what for, through what, your way becomes more clear. And this wave is a constantly refined and being in tune with the bigger aspects of life. So, you will develop your own style. It comes from simplicity. It comes from transparency, being yourself. In a sense, your inner child comes out. It's almost like getting nude, letting the seed you are turn in the street you are meant to be. Very important thing. You already have your algorithmic intelligence. An attachment of results accelerates achievement and realization. So it is only when I am unattached of the results that I sooner get there. It is not only an external realization, but achievement, but also realization. Just like when Siddhartha got enlightened, the moment he forgot that that was his ambition, and followed no models to find his way. So, if we compare Confucius' perception of education, he compares it with a well. He says that when we have a cable leading the recipient to the water, there is the risk that the cable is not long enough for us to get the water, no creativity. And there is another risk, that when the water is coming up in the recipient, it is broken. There is no personal development. So, my perception of creativity, our perception of creativity in the interdisciplinary approach is that the water in the well has to be used by all of us. And that innovation, which is the recipient for a full of water, can be used for a purpose. All that comes in all the colors, showing the perfection of our being, the golden number, the side of the star divided by the side of the pentagon, the phi number. We are that. Let's show it. And to know that all this is sustained by something very subtle but powerful, I have brought some Brazilian stones to represent vibration. Remember, you can organize your own proposals in your own vibration. And I'll pass this for you to choose one, or to let it come as you prefer. Okay. Have I finished? All right. Have you been using creativity and innovation more than you believed? Yes.
Thank you very much for your peaceful and harmonious speech and gift to us.
I'd like to hear you.
Okay, please.
Well, we are here in Japan. Probably most of you know the work of Nonaki and Takeuchi, knowledge creating organizations. Are you familiar with Nonaka and Takeuchi? People? Nonaka and Takeuchi. Nonaka?
Nonaka.
Hiro.
Nonaka.
Nonaka
Nonaka.
and Takeuchi.
Okay, yes, I am. Yes.
It's
Okay.
group. They both went to Berkeley in the US, and eventually they came back to Japan, and they developed the whole approach to knowledge creating in the organizations. Beautiful models. In this model, knowledge creation, this process of bringing new things that are important for an organization, shows like a spiral where there are two dimensions, the epistemological dimension and the ontological dimension. But still, it's not clear from the model how this process happens in practice, and in a way that one can feel it, as was shown by our friend here, Christian. And this is because reality, actually, to understand reality from a complex point of view, one should understand that there are levels of reality and levels of perception of this reality. She was dealing with both, with levels of reality and levels of perception of reality. And in this way, we can more consciously work with this knowledge-creating process that Nonaka and Takeuchi so brilliantly discussed in their work. So this is a complementary approach coming from the educational side. These people really understand how people learn, how people develop new things, how people are able to contribute more consciously with the process of knowledge creating. So congratulations.
I thank you. I thank you, Professor. Thank you very much.
Any more questions? Opinions to share? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like you then. Thank you very much. I'd like you then to come and get a stone. Yes, representing that you're going to activate more and more your spirit of perception and being in everything you do.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mrs. Christine, very much, because these stones must be very heavy for you to carry for a long journey.
Until you have the perception with the big tune we have to follow, which is planetary.
Thank you again for your participation in this session, and please pay attention
Okay,
that after
please
10 minutes
join
break,
us
there will
here.
be the second session.
Yes,
Thank you.
please join us here. Pessoalzinho, bastante. Can you come? Come. Yes. All right.
Que tinha passado, né, pra eles.
Ah, mas eles vão se
Eles vão,
mexer.
né?
Eu tô querendo que se cheguem. Yes. Remember to feel this is a little bit of the vibration from Brazil activating your inner vibration. Yes. Oh,
Means ecology. And,
oh, it's the green one.
yeah, great. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Everybody will carry Brazil to home.
Yes, this is just a symbol to your possibilities. Please join us, everybody. Can you come?
Don't feel ashamed.
Can you, would you like me to come there?
Yeah, I
Can
think
you
so.
come?
I think so.
Please join us. Oh yes, yes. If you feel you are in between two, get two. Don't hesitate to do it.
You like? Oh, good, good.
Eu adoro isso de almoçar.
Beautiful.
Pega uma.
Have you
Pega
got?
uma.
Vou tirar uma foto com o Roy.
Can you please? Yes.
Dai.
Rosa. Yes.
Minha pega.
Vou tirar uma foto.
Ah, escuta.
É que eu tô filmando ainda.
Tenho que entregar para vocês o presente.